Women Artists on exhibit from September 23rd to October 24th, 2025 at the Gallery in Tacoma, Washington, USA. Curated by Jennifer Olson, PhD, Gallery Coordinator, and Faculty. I am Leonie Castelino, fine artist in fiber, and one of four women artists in this exhibition. My fellow artists are Bella Kim, Patsy Sue O'Connell, and Irene Osborne. In my installations, I use the power of art to celebrate women with narratives or commentaries to initiate conversation. In this room, I have two on exhibit. On the left is a triptych, Homage to Henyo, an ode to the unsung glory of women, and on the right is Breaking Free 3, our ongoing fight against prejudice. The installation, Homage to Henyo, a triptych, is a tribute to the power of the feminine. It pays homage to the legendary women divers, the Henyo of Jeju Island in South Korea, designated by UNESCO in 2016 as an intangible cultural heritage. Jeju Island, located at the southwestern tip of South Korea, is known for its volcanic black rocky landscape, wind, and its women, the Henyo. For centuries, these unique women, the Henyo, free dive with minimum equipment in search of food from the seafloor. Young girls train from the age of 11 to hold their breath for 2 to 3 minutes as they plunge 50 to 65 feet into the deep. In 2012, Brenda Sunu's book, Moon Tides, introduced me to these legendary women divers of South Korea. I was inspired by these formidable women, and in 2014 I paid tribute. Jeju Grannies of the Sea, A Day in the Life of a Henyo. Young Sunja, master persimmon dyer from Jeju, sent me 20 meters of her hand-dyed silk. The presence of the Henyo is first recorded in 434 AD. In the 1970s, they numbered 15,000 in a vibrant community. Today, perhaps less than 5,000 exist. 90% are over 60, and many are in their 80s, the grannies. Men and women fished and farmed. However, the women's role as a primary breadwinner surfaced in the 17th century through necessity when men's incomes were heavily taxed. As they took control over their economy, they evolved into a semi matriarchal society. Their stories are universal, no different from those of women all over the world who keep the social fabric of our society together family, economy, freedoms, and traditions, which are passed down generation to generation. A familiar sight at pre dawn is the Henyo on their bicycles. They are in the water for hours on end, repeatedly free diving with minimum equipment, just a mask, flippers, a lead belt, and a wetsuit. It is an occupation fraught with danger and death. Just a knife, their net, a float, and their timed breath. A day with no accidents is a success and celebrated. Their harvest is pooled and proceeds shared. They take care of their aging and infirm community. It is now a dying occupation and sadly a dying breed. With education, girls have choices for a better life and a safer one. They leave the island with their mother's encouragement, despite the hardship for those left behind. I was fascinated by the Henyo, and their stories resonated deeply within me. I wondered, what is family life like for these formidable women? A Henyo shares her beliefs. Our ancestors say, our catch depends on divine will. A long time ago, I followed my grandmother to the sea. When I am in the water, my body feels free because of its energy. Jeju women have very strong willpower. Whatever we make together, we divide up equally. It is a hard life. Every wrinkle is earned. The Henio save to educate their children so they will have other choices. It will soon be the passing of an era. They dream big for their children to discover a better life elsewhere, which entails leaving the island. A once thriving society will soon be no more. For these grannies, hardship, health hazards, loneliness, and loss is a price they're willing to pay. In 2014, I was privileged to exhibit Homage to Henyo at Gallery Nori in Jeju Island in South Korea. There was such excitement as an application was under consideration for the UNESCO designation of intangible cultural heritage for the Henyo. I was so thrilled to be able to sit and chat with a group of working Henyo, grannies over 80. The Henyo had attained the UNESCO designation in 2016. My work was exhibited again in 2018 in Seoul, South Korea, at the Chojun Museum of Quilt and Textile. It was momentous. There was jubilation. My homage to Henyo was the only tribute in Korea in textile. A few months later, in 2018, it was exhibited again at the 10th anniversary of the Fiber Art Biennale at Tsinghua University Art Museum in Beijing, China. And in 2025, Homage to Henyo is exhibited in the US at the gallery in Tacoma, Washington. I'm so delighted to celebrate the Henyo as my two fellow artists, Bella Kim and Patsy Soor O'Connell, are of Korean ancestry. Against this backdrop of a successful semi matriarchal society of Henyo, we have our present situation in the 21st century of women facing prejudice and emancipation issues. This installation is a third in the Breaking Free series. So, why in 2025 is there prejudice against the abilities of women for social, political, and economic equality? Let me introduce you to Francois Poulain de la Barre, who was born in 1648 in France. In 1673, in his three-part treatise on the equality of the two sexes, he claimed the mind has no sex. This declaration was revolutionary. His vision was universal equality for all, which begins with girls and women. Motherhood and caregiving by women are worthy of respect and should be given equal value as ruling and judging. He believed that the foundations of prejudice against the abilities of women are based on self interest and social customs. Francois Poulain de la Barre was just 24 when he wrote that all these prejudices on the inferiority of women are harder to eradicate as they are not based on reason. He declared, motherhood and caregiving are worthy of respect. Motherhood should be given equal value as ruling and judging. Women's nurturing work should be elevated, not debased. Mothers are first leaders, caretakers, and teachers. We could do without princes, soldiers, and tradesmen, but we cannot do without women in our childhood. So, why is the quest for gender equality and opportunity so elusive for women in the 21st century? For women's voices to be heard, we must engage in dialogue, conversation, question, and persist in order to break free from prejudice, tradition, and social customs. We know that prejudice is hard to eradicate as it is not based on reason. This cocoon of power has inspirational statements from 21 women who have charged through the wall to break free. These are women living or born in 11 countries from 4 continents, who were aged 31 to 84 in 2018. I have selected 6 of the 21 to share. Rejoice, you are unique. Believe, overcome adversity. Endure, never give up. Be truthful. Character is destiny. 30 years into my second life. Corey Grant. I found my voice in the classroom, in the boardroom, in every room I inhabit. My voice is power. Esmeralda Lynn. Born a girl, daughter number 4. Everyone wished I was son number 2. Fervently, I wished I was a boy too. My wish didn't come true, my lovely star. I tell you, this amazing woman I am now. Thank you. Agnes Hassel. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Anya Gilmore. Roots in poverty and racism. Seeds planted by strong grandmother. Incubated with vision of work beyond. Nurtured by caring teachers. Fertilized by education and exposure. Strengthened by sorrow and success. Blossomed into a tall poppy. Barbara Jackson. Reach high, dream big, challenge yourself, don't give up. Make a difference with your life. Leonie Castelino. I'm deeply grateful to curator Jennifer Olson for this wonderful opportunity to be part of an educational art experience. I dedicate this video to all the women who need their voices to be heard. I end with gratitude to Irene Osborne. Her extraordinary sculpture, Through the Wall, on exhibit here, was my inspiration for the Breaking Free series. And I have deep appreciation to photographers Bibiana Wong Mathes, Kyle Pearson, and Lynette Charters. Thank you. For more on my work, see my website at leoniecastellino.com. I am also on Instagram at Leonie Castellino. Thank you.